ever.
Oh, ama kaşkanla midakwe, anavok tambo, le ampeteki, o çeki wanji el kaça. Geçelta anavok tambo.
Great Spirit, grant me vision that I may not go wrong and find myself in prison of things I have not done. Teach me the secret that I might see. Fill my heart with compassion to love my enemy. Mother Earth will feed our hunger. Father Sky will love her well. Make me worthy of this vision that no human tongue could ever tell. The winds of life blowing for directions, the sacred waters flow to the sea. The eagle flies highest in a mountain. Oh, Great Spirit, keep us free.
Bonjour, Anin, NeSe Indigenicas Ojibwem, Kevin Richard Shores Indigenicas Jaganashimug, Makwa Nindundame, Minawa, Nindogichida, Gawababi Ganikag and Dunjiba, Minawab, Moorhead, Minnesota, Nunguminde, Chi Miigwech, Gitchimanadu, Ape Gish, Bimadazi Wien. Hello and hi. How are you, Universe? I love you, Universe. Are you having a fantastic day? Is your day winding down? Or are you one of those night owls and your night is just getting started? Thank you for being here, Miigwech, in the darkness with me. There is nothing to see here. Hear me see nothing. Because I am blinded by your brilliance. I am blinded by the light you put off. So thank you for being the light in my darkness. And so, if I can't see, why should you see me? That way, as you listen to me, you can put in your earbuds. Don't hold your phone up to your ear. That's not good. Electromagnetic waves penetrating your brain. And that's just insane in the membrane. So put in your earbuds. Listen to me babbling on and babble on again and again and again. Are you getting sick and tired of these rants where I'm just saying in an insane world something, nothing? May it help you. I hope I am able to share something to you that's going to make you take a moment or two to critically thinking about what you're going to do for the universe and me. Because I would like to save the universe And possibly or probably, if I save myself, would it not assist in saving the universe? Because we're all here together, right? Right? You know that, right? You've like looked around and you've taken the opportunity to say, hey, well, looky there, there's a whole bunch of other entities around me. Oh my gosh. So this world wasn't made just for me? Dang it. That is such a bummer. That's such a bummer to realize that the world is not made just for universe, but it was made for universe to experience it. So are you experiencing life? Or are you part of the Walking Dead? Are you the Walking Dead? Where all you're doing is playing with dead things? Are you playing with dead things? And the metaphor I mean about playing with dead things is that, is it something that you created? Is it something that you created, or is it something that somebody else created? And is it living, or is it dead? Or is it actually nothing? Are you paying attention to something or nothing? Because nothing is to nothing is to nothing is to nothing, because it's all about nothing. Oh, Wookiefoot. Wookiefoot.com. Any of my Wookie friends out there? Yay, Harmony Park. Harmony Park. Great place to be if you want to be happy. And I apologize for those of you that missed me at Shangri-La. But I was here in my Shangri-La, and maybe next time I'll be there in our Shangri-La. Welcome home. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is, and home is where the farts can be. Because you always feel better about yourself. More better? You always feel better about yourself when you fart at home than when you do out in public. Right? Unless you know it's going to be one of those silent but deadly ones and you're on an elevator. Or are you one of the type of people that farts and then blames it on the person next to you? Or your dog? So, anyway, be consciously aware of the joy and happiness your farts bring to you, universe. Giggle when you can, please. And if a fart makes you giggle, hey, it got you giggling. Because when you get that pineal gland secreting endorphins, dopamines, you feel better. And nothing is better than feeling better than you did before. Unless before you were already feeling better. But then if you could feel better than before and better than then you're better right now. Oh, missed it. Did you miss that now? Oh, there goes another one. Are you in the now? Oh, dang it. Those things are quick. You ever notice that, how quickly nows go by? Right? From one moment to the next moment, the nows are gone. So are you here right now? Or are you here right future? Are you in the future listening to me in the past, babbling on in Babylon? Or are you rewinding or fast forward and pondering, what did he say? Or fast forwarding and saying, what is he going to say? Or are you only thinking that and not saying it out loud? Because that would be a little strange, especially if you're by yourself and you start saying things like that to yourself. What did he say? Or what is he going to say? and you fast forward and rewinding. So it's probably best to only say it out loud if there's someone present and you want to fast forward it or rewind it to make sure I said or didn't say something. So please take that moment now to fast forward or rewind. Okay, are we good now? Sweet. Anyway, what are we talking about? Or what am I talking about? Because you're not talking to me. Well, maybe you are talking to me. Maybe you're talking to your smartphone, your glorified walkie-talkie, and you're being like, dude, get to the point. The point is at the end of this statement if it's written on a piece of paper, because then it's a period. But is something that you sit on and I sit on. And forgive me for always sitting on my arse and not standing up for anything. Have you stood up for something today? Did you stand up to pee? Or did you sit down to pee? Because I gotta tell you, I have a problem with the people that pee, because, you know, it's nothing more irritating when people pee, because it's just, anyway. So if that's how you pee, I mean, I love you, but hey, you know, golly gee, the way you pee is annoying to me in my reality. So if you could see what I could see, maybe you'd agree about the way you pee is not the best for you or me. So, can we divide the masses with that? Those that pee sitting down and those that pee standing up? Is there one better than the other? Nay, I say, nay, I say, nay, say. As long as you're able to pee in the appropriate receptacle, then hey, it's a good thing. Unless, of course, you're doing the mad dash to the potty and you're doing the potty dance because you just could not miss the world. You were so afraid you were going to miss something, you almost wet yourself by jumping into a pool or into the bath. Don't jump into the bath. Jump into a pool. Well, make sure you know the depth and all of that stuff, and don't do head first, and, you know, come on, common sense. And I apologize if I'm treating you like the dumb masses, but there has to be some disclaimer or else somebody's going to sue me. So everything I may or may not say may or may not have any benefits to you or yours or that other person right there. You know who I'm talking about. So please, do not do anything I tell you to do. And if you do what I tell you to do, then do your duties to its most due diligency. Please, because nothing is worse than when you don't do like you should. So take your duties seriously, because the overabundance of additives and preservatives and the synthetics that we are consuming are really messing with our prostates. And if your prostate's messed up, then you got a body that's messed up. And nothing is worse than when your ass sucks. Pucker power. Which way is it flowing? Who's knowing? Do you need a butt plug for your mouth because you're having diarrhea of the mouth? Am I having diarrhea of the mouth? Is this excrement any kind of substance that's coming out? I hope so. I hope so that it's something that you can all eat and regurgitate and share with somebody else. Because if you care, you will share the knowledge that you know. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, so what brought me here with you today? Nothing. Nothing brought me here because I've been here for a while. Depends on how far we go back. My mommy and my daddy brought me here into this universe a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away from here, depending on what scale you want to look at, the microcosm or the macrocosm. So, by me being here with you in this universe, we are here together, and together I am sharing with you words of wisdom that can hopefully penetrate your ears and not your oogly googlies, because I don't want you to see the reality of me, because then you would want to disconnect from Did you fill in the blank there? Did you fill in the blank? When are you going to fill in the blank? Fill in that hole. Ba sheeple, have you any soul? No, sir. No, sir. Just a gaping hole. What can we fill that hole with? Could you take this love that I'm giving you? Would you take this love that I'm giving you? Could you, would you, should you take this love from me? Because I'm giving you this love for free. Because I got a whole lot of loving, and I'm saving it just for you. So come on, come on, come on. Tell me what you're going to do. Wow, was I just rhyming? Was that rapping? Give me a beat. Oh, did you hear that beat? There's a heartbeat, louder than thunder, in your chest. So, are you getting the words that I'm saying in this insane world? Are you hearing me share the words I care about universe? Because me and my cycles, trying to avoid the cycles of the psychos, trying to tap into the grander Skype. Did I just say Skype? Was that a faux pas? I do have Skype. Maybe there's some kind of crazy synchronicity that just told me I need to check my Skype account to see if there's some type of importance message or some matter that I need to address. Or could it just be that I may be highly aware of my state of being here in the United States of confusion about the illusion of time? I don't know. I do not know. But in my cycles of connecting with the greater cycles, I am here with you today saying, why not take the opportunity to tap into the greater cycles? What cycles are you talking about? Is that what you're saying out loud or to yourself? I'm talking about the cycles of the earth, the cycles of the moon, the cycles of the sun, the cycle of the stars. Because all of universe right now, generally speaking, are caught in an illusion of time, an illusion of looking at non-time. reality. If you are looking at your phone, it is non-reality. You're looking at the past. You're looking at the past, because if I told you exactly what time it is right now, and if you looked at your phone exactly what time, I'm going to be before you. Do you believe me? I'll tell you guys what the time is in my best computer voice.
11:31 p.m.
Did you hear that?
11:31 p.m. Wednesday, September 26th, 2018.
Ooh. So did you check your time? Are we on time? Or I'm ahead and you're behind? Not a behind like a butt, but, So, are you looking at reality, or are you behind? Looking at all the zeros and ones? All the zeros and ones? 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. That was a little binary humor for some of you out there that know ledge to fall off of. So as we're looking with our oogly googlies down at the computer screen of our smartphone or our glorified walkie-talkie, because all it is frequency with a bunch of data riding along, and it's getting decompressed and then compressed, and then you're enjoying it. Or maybe you're not. It probably would be a lot better if you were on some pot, tea. No. So, did I lose all of you? All the serious people here now? All right, let's get down to some tactics. Okay. I called you all here today because I wanted to let you guys all know a secret. And we need to start telling everybody this, because it's going to start going down. And exactly from this point on, in exactly 97... Okay? So be prepared for that. Okay, now back to the silliness. What are you doing? What are you doing here wasting tick-tock, tick time? Can you really afford listening to me babble in Babylon? Because I can go all night. Some of you know me, and some of you don't. But we could take a test or a poll of how long do you think NeSe could babble on in Babylon. So today I'm sharing with you the start of my cycle that I started, with the cycle of the full moon. Because lo and behold, it was the equinox. Do you know that? It was the equinox yesterday, which is crazy bizarre, because if you look at the date, it is past the 21st or the 22nd of September, when they say, the powers that should not be, they say the equinox occurs. And did it? Find out when the day started and find out when the day ended. Do your calculation and you will find out that we are just over 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of nighttime. So what does that mean? In my cycle, it means I am starting my fast. So today was day 1. Well, actually, it was the start of my fast. So I ate something for lunch and started my fast. And so I will be doing a water fast for the next 4 days. I would love to do a full-on nothing fast, but unfortunately, because of the medications I'm on, I can't go that long without them. And so I have to drink a hell of a lot of water, which isn't that fun. So this fast I'm incorporating teas, different teas, to try to help me drink more water, because it is a little bit of a challenge to drink so much water. Did you know the formula of drinking water? I heard or learned that it is half of your body weight and then switch it to ounces. So give that a try and see if you can take care of that much water a day. I have 6 Contigo water bottles that I fill in when I know that in a 24-hour period I drank them all. I'm doing good. So try. It's so important to get your water intake, because we are water, right? I heard a rumor that there's a percentage of our body is water. Do you know that? We are literally water in our system. So if they were to put us in a juicer, one of those juicers that have super dry pulp, they would get out a ton of water from us. I wonder how much that pulp, on the average, if they took somebody and they liquefied them and then they strained it. Well, I guess it would depend on what kind of liquefier you had. Wow. Okay, you want to go really dark now? So, there is a robot that is utilized for human body extraction. It looks like a hippopotamus, and when it opens its mouth, it has like a conveyor belt on it with hooks on it, and it follows along the sidewalk, and presumably it is for body disposal, and in the event of a plague or just the government coming in and wiping us all out, they would take the bodies and bring them to the sidewalk and leave them on the sidewalk. And this hippopotamus thing would follow the sidewalk, and it would have a conveyor belt on the front, and it has hooks on it, where it hooks into your body, and it drags you in, and then it mulches you or juices you, and it takes your liquid and runs the steam engine that propels this robot. And then it takes all of the mulch or the pulp that was once you, and it dumps it right there. Either, apparently you can do one or two things. You can have an attachment that will reach out right to the curb and just drop all the mulch right there on the curb, so then the machines can come by and, like the sweepers. Sorry, that was a chuckle of total, like, holy crap. Because it's so crazy to think that they have these things already developed. And the second thing that it can do is it can spray the mulch on like the lawns, which would be kind of like a fertilizer. But wonderful, right? Yeah, the boys and their toys. But what do? When you learn about the plagues in the history that have happened, what do you do when some super plague? Stephen King, The Stand. Stand in the place where you live, now face. I don't know which way you're facing right now, so it'd be a little weird if I told you to face the same way if you're already facing it. So I didn't want to participate in it. So, anyway, why, you asked, do I share with you about such horrific robots? I have no idea what brought me down that rabbit hole. But at least they would be eradicating the bodies in some kind of mass extinct event. You know, like a plague, or like some of these dirty bombs, or nanotechnology just flipping the switch and we're all shutting down. Game over, man. Game over. That's some conspiracy stuff you're talking about. Yes, conspiracy stuff. Not conspiracy theory. Conspiracy fact. But don't believe a thing I say. Make sure it's your truth, not my truth. So, I am fasting and synchronizing with the cycle of the equinox. As we in the anti-northern hemisphere are going into darkness, or the winter period, where the sun does not shine as much as it used to. And this is just the nature of the world. It's what it does. But the biggest challenge that we may have is finding the right attitude to go through such challenges. So if you can tap into an attitude adjustment, especially when you need one, when you let your emotions take control, it's absolutely okay to feel your emotions and recognize your emotions. But depending on the situation, it may or may not be the best time to be caught into your emotions. But only you can decide that. Other people can give you their opinions and state their thoughts, but when it comes down to it, you are the master of the universe. Be the master of universe. Don't be the master of anybody else. Be your own master. There's a new game. We call it Master and Servant. Wow, who is that? And I remember a band way back in the day. It was called Master and Servant. Erasure, I think it was. Maybe not. Maybe baby. Gaga Goo Goo. So, are you going to tap into the cycle? Are you going to tap into the cycle of the equinox? Because one of the lessons of the equinox is equal. semantics, balance, the middle. Is that not a good place to be? If you are unable to be in a state of positiveness, love, joy, bliss, and all of those other feelings that are under the category of love, then at least try to be content, in balance, neutral with what's going on. Because then you're not adding to the negativity. I would like to believe, and I want to believe, that we know the difference between right and wrong. Unfortunately, through experience and past behavior repetition, we can find a reason not to be positive, or at least neutral. And maybe it just might be because it's easier to be bad than good. Because does it take some discipline to be good? And in today's society, there is always a reward for not doing the right thing. Sugar. What? Oh, honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Are you a slave to sugar? Are you a slave to something? We are all a slave to something. And the majority of us are a slave to time. We're a slave to the illusion that the powers that should not be created, from the cradle to the grave, we are the slave. We should be enraged, but we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention. Deficit disorder in the house. The chaos is running rampant. Are you part of it? Or are you finding the balance in the middle? Hey, diddle, diddle, put me in the middle. Because when I oscillate, I feel that it's a riddle that I can't figure out without going within love again. So, syncing with the cycles, is that something you could do? I believe in you. So could maybe at this point right now you create your 0 point? This is your 0 point right now. Right now, would it be beneficial for you to stop doing something stupid? Because I do stupid stuff all the time. And let me preference that with my definition of stupid. I believe in ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance is when you do something and in the doing you realize that it is somehow negative and you make the decision to stop doing it because you educated yourself against the ignorance of the topic at hand. Stupidity is when you know something is wrong and you continue to do it. And I am a hypocrite because more times than not, I have oscillated on the cycle of the psychos of one thing or another, where I may find myself consuming sugar or those other things that are not best for my body. But you are you, and I am that I am okay with universe, because you are a miracle. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you being that miracle of perfection. You are ultimate perfection in the uniqueness, in the individuality that is universe. There is no other you, universe. And in that is perfection. Because nobody else can do you like you can do. So be proud of the perfection that you are. However, please use a little bit more scrutiny when it comes to your choices of action. As you've heard me say before, and you'll hear me say it again and again and again, judge not, yet ye be judged. It does not say do not judge. It says judge not, yet ye be judged. The metaphor is that, hey, remember, if you're judging me, you're being judged too. But going back to the fact of every individual or every entity is a miracle in its own existence, then love that entity. But you do not have to accept that entity's behavior. And you have the right to share your thoughts and feelings and your words with another individual, because you do not have to accept them, but you do have to tolerate them, because it is wrong to invade somebody's personal space. It is wrong to put your hands on another individual without permission or without the threat of another individual's safety. But there has been a major increase, especially in the media, of people just treating people wrong, where this gender division is growing greater and greater. The divide is getting overwhelming. And yes, women have had things rough, and men have had things rough, and we have all had things rough. But if we continue to let our suffering divide us amongst each other to the point of where we're not sharing our suffering, how are other people going to know? Because if somebody says something to you that bothers you, just as much as they have the right to say the words they want to say, doesn't mean they should, and doesn't mean they have to, but they do have the right to say the words they say. But you also have the right to inform them that you don't care to hear those words. But that's it. You have that right, and then you can bicker one way or another of who can leave the situation. But we have to still tolerate each other, no matter how much you grind your teeth to what the other person may or may not have said. Because we all still live here together. And I hope that at some point in this cycle that we do have a mass awakening where we realize the miracles that each other are. And so we start treating each other like those miracles. So please remember that you're a miracle. And remember that other entities are also. But we do not all have positive action. So, as your reaction will occur, try to remain in the positiveness, have an attitude, and giggle when you can, because we are going to continue to drive each other crazy and drive each other sane. You cannot have one without the other, but you can find balance. So as you declare your 0 point, your beginning, your balance, start moving forward to the next cycle. At the next full moon, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Just try that. From this full moon to the next full moon, I am going to make your proclamation, make your plan, set your course of direction, your course of action, and follow through. Because I believe in you, and I love you, universe. And you can do it. And sometimes it's not easy. And if you need some encouragement, rah, rah, shish kumbah, you can do it. Ha, ha, ha. Go team. Go team. Go team universe. All right, thank you. I think I'm getting a little sleepy, punchy, highly controversial, highly unaware of something, or aware of something, or something, or another. So remember, open up the portals, but think once or twice, 3 times maybe before you
enter.
Red Thunder.
Oh, ama kashkan namidakwe, anobok tampo, le ampeteki, ocheki wanji el kacha.
Prayer song.